Okay, so we're recording. We're beginning in 3, 2, 1. We're back again with another video. King Maguno back again with another video. Welcome to the King Maguno podcast. So on this podcast, we speak to people. We try to find out how they went from ordinary to extraordinary. Yeah. So today we have our guest here. We are currently at an event that I attended. It was started on Monday, this Friday. And the event actually was hosted it was a collaboration between the CCN, Council of Churches of Namibia, the youth, on social economic justice. And also it was hosted by one of the members from the Africa Institute of Environmental Law, Mr. Sesemani. That's Sesemani, correct?
Indeed.
Okay, please introduce yourself, sir. Who are you?
Thanks so much, Maguno, for having me on this platform. My name is Ngonidzashe Sesemani, like you have said. I'm the Monitoring, Evaluation and Learning Officer at the Africa Institute of Environmental Law, which is a think tank focusing on research, capacity building and training in Africa. We currently do have projects in Namibia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Malawi, and Zambia. And basically, our focus is to provide evidence for policymakers to make informed choices and decisions when it comes to issues related to environmental law and natural resources governance in Africa.
Okay, so thank you so much. One of the reasons we're here is because we are advocating for JET, which is Just Energy Transition. So what is that about? What is JET about? Just Energy Transition.
Thank you so much for that question. So basically, we are in an era of climate change. We are also in an era where we are talking about clean energy and renewables as a way of trying to deal with climate change. So basically, when we are talking about the just energy transition, we are saying that countries or nations should then move to focus more on renewables, renewable energy, and also stop or start to slowly leave issues or things such as fossil fuels, oil, gas extraction. So we are now looking forward when we are staying in the fourth industrial revolution and also in the fifth industrial revolution, which is just near us. We want to be in an environment where countries, nations are using clean energy.
Okay, no, I think that was a pretty good answer. Okay, so the next question is, could you tell us about the project we've been doing this week here in Namibia, in Windhoek, that we started on Monday up through until today, Friday?
Thank you for that. So on this project, we are working with the Churches Council of Namibia. Like you have said, it's a Just Energy Transition project that we are implementing in Namibia and South Africa. And under this project, it's basically looking at investments in oil and gas, investments in agriculture, and also in tourism. And what the project is focusing on is that it's saying that in the just transition era, we have seen that quite a number of countries, Namibia included, they are putting more hope and more focus on oil and gas exploration or extraction. But the project is coming in with a narrative where it's trying to discourage more investments in oil and gas, because we've got a lot of evidence where in some countries such as Mozambique, in countries such as Senegal, there was so much hope in oil and gas as a panacea to transform or to drive economic growth. But at the end of the day, it was actually a disappointment. So if you look at Namibia, you look at South Africa, and Namibia to be specific, there is potential in the agricultural sector. And right now today, we're having a conversation where the former minister was saying almost 2% is the only money or percentage that is being channeled towards agriculture. And yet there were agreements at the regional level to say African countries should then invest more than 10% in their economies focusing on agriculture. So for this project, it's saying that we can get more benefits if we can invest more in agriculture, and if we can also invest in tourism. And if you check, most African countries, they don't have clear plans in terms of their oil and gas exploration. And you would also find out that it's going to take years for countries to realize revenue and benefits from oil and gas extraction. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. There was a phone call that came in. That's why I had to put the phone on flight mode. Yeah. Okay, so what were you doing this week?
So, specifically this week, we had a series of meetings, workshops, and dialogues. So the way the project is structured is to first of all provide evidence to say there are risks, there are impacts in terms of more investments in oil and gas. So the first day when we convened here on a Monday, we were setting the research agenda where we would want to provide more evidence on this narrative. We also had the youth coming in on Tuesday, where they also had an opportunity to discuss on a campaign where they would want to also advocate and lobby and encourage more investments in agriculture and tourism. We also had a conversation with the policymakers here in Namibia, MPs from different areas. They were also part of the conversation. We also had civil society organizations coming in, where we also had this same conversation. And today we had the private sector also coming in. So we'd want to bring almost everyone on board so that we can have a shared understanding of this narrative. So basically this week we're having meetings, series of meetings to discuss this issue around more investment in agriculture and tourism.
Mr. Ngonidzashe. I hope I got that name right. Yeah, no, I want to say I'm very grateful for you guys coming to Windhoek and Africa Institute of Environmental Law.
Thank you for having me.